Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, channel name is Alba Stitcher. This is Flosstube number 12 for me, so I'm almost a teenager. Today is Saturday the 17th of April. Welcome if you're returning. Thanks very much for coming back and listening to me ramble on about cross stitch. And if you're new here, then I hope you enjoy what you see and you will like and subscribe. You'll also find me on Instagram as Alba Stitcher as well. This is a channel just about cross stitch. I don't do any other crafts. So what I normally talk about is the projects I've been working on in the last 2 weeks, any haul that I have, any finishes that I've managed to do, and any plans that I have for the future. So first of all, how are you all? I hope you're all well. I'm fine. You may notice something has happened. We have changed the rules for lockdown here, and luckily the hair salons opened. So as you can see, I got quite a lot cut off. I think it was around kind of 30-40 centimeters, and I am no longer red. We're in the transition phase. I actually want to be blonde. I've been red for the last, I don't know, 15 years or so. Yeah, I think it is about 15 years, 16 years. And to be quite frank, this year is quite a large birthday number for me. And with that has come a lot of grey. So having the red was quite a struggle for me because I didn't like seeing the grey hair come through. So we're in the transition to go blonde. You can see I have some highlights through the front here, but to go from such a dark red to blonde, it does take time. I'm happy with it. It's a lot easier to take care of because there's not all this hair down to my waist. So yeah, it's a little bit getting used to, but I am happy with how it is. You'll also see that it's very sunny here today. So I'm hoping the lighting's okay. It seems to be okay. I did a little bit of testing earlier and it seemed okay. So I hope it's fine. I have quite a full video for you. I wasn't going to film today because I kind of thought I didn't have a lot, but I seem to have quite a lot. We have quite a few projects in progress, so PIPs. I have a finish, and I also have some fully finished objects. I know, unusual for me. I also have some hauls, some Stitchy mail, and a Stitchy gift that I received. And I want to talk a little bit about plans. Most importantly, to talk about Maynia, because the next time I meet you will be Maynia. And also another Sal that I've decided to join in with. So I think it's time that we'll just get started. So I hope you have a cup of tea or whatever it is you like to drink, and we'll start. So let's first of all start with the projects that I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. I have 2 projects that I started on. I have one new start, and obviously I have a new start which was a finish. So the first project I would like to show you is this project here. And you remember it from the last time, Heartstring Sampleries, and it's called Nik Store. There's been quite a few people who have done this one on Instagram. Some people have done their own colour conversions. Everything looks fantastic. Everyone that I've seen looks absolutely fantastic. So this is mine. I just move this thread out the way so you can see it. Okay. And what I'm stitching on is I'm sure I have a note of the fabric here. I've got a feeling it might be Dr. Smith's Tonic. Oh, just look at the lovely picture while I get my bag out. Oh no, it's a Seraphim fabric. It's 32 count. I'm stitching it with all the called for threads, 2/2. And here we go. I'm getting close to a finish. I have to finish the flower here, the large flower here, and then just take the border up. It's a kind of broken border. So actually, I don't think it will take me too long to finish this one. This is a really enjoyable stitch, and it actually resulted in quite a lot of lovely comments on Instagram for people saying that they wish they lived next door to me, or they wish they lived next door to other stitchers, and I think it's a wish that we all have. Unfortunately, as you know, I'm staying in my parents' house, and their neighbour doesn't stitch, and I do think that I'm going to move back to my house, and I am not sure if my neighbour's a stitcher, but I wouldn't have guessed so, but you never know. So this is Heartstring Samplery, Wish You Lived Next Door. It's a really good chart. I've thoroughly enjoyed stitching on it, and hopefully the next time you see me, it will be a complete, a finished object. The second project that I worked on this last 2 weeks is a whip that I had from January. This is it here. This is the chart. It's the Satsuma Street. Who's there? And this is how far I've gotten with it. If you see here. So actually that's just the end there. I will move the Q-snap shortly. But this is it. I've filled in quite a lot of the block of colours. Actually, I'm looking forward to working on this one. I mean, it's not going to be a quick finish. There is still quite a lot to do. If you look here on the chart, I have quite a way still to go. But I have a large part of the first portion completed, sorry. This is stitched on an XJU design, 32 count even weave. I think it's called Rusty Brown. I think that's the name of the fabric. I think I bought a half yard of it, and I took this part off it, so I don't have the details. It's all stitched in DMC. It's a wonderful chart to follow. It's very easy, and the needle minder I have here is actually from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, because I have in my whip pile somewhere from before Christmas the Hello Fall, was it, or did she name it Hello Autumn? It's the one with the owl and the kind of forest animals. So yeah, this is my progress on Who's There. Again, it will not be finished anytime soon, but I've thoroughly enjoyed working on it. The third project that I worked on in the last 2 weeks was a new start for me. I had bought this chart, I had bought this chart, yeah, a little while ago, and I just really, really liked it. And it's this one here. It's Pineberry Lane. Don't know if you can see it. Winifred Clark, sorry, it's not with a C, it's with a G. And that's it there. It's stitched with 3 colours. And I just wanted to do this sampler. For some reason, I had this urge that I wanted to do this sampler. Luckily for me, the last few times I've purchased charts, I've tried to get the fabric or the threads right away. Now, excuse the noise because I need to check which fabric. This is on Oaken, so it's 32 count, picture this, plus Oaken. And here is my start on it. I'll just move this a little bit. Here is my start on it. And I absolutely love stitching on this. I love the fabric, I love the colours. As I say, it's only 3 colours. It's 2 DMC and 1 over-dyed. I'll tell you which over-dyed it is. I have them all here. The over-dyed is Avocado. So these are the 3 colours. And that's my progress. I did hope to stitch on this a little bit more this last week, but I kind of got distracted with my owls, and yeah, but it's coming along. Again, I'll not have a very quick return on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed stitching on that one. And I also stitched on another project, which was a finish, and I'll show you that, if you excuse me while I noisily put this away. And in my wonderful cat project bag, which I adore, and I got this from, now I'm not sure, I think it was Tracy Dixon on Facebook. I've bought quite a few of her bags, and she had this cat one, so I had to have a cat bag. So yeah, I worked on also, because it was the month of April, it was time to do my stocking, and I've managed to successfully start and finish my Blackbird Design. I've got Blackberry rabbit in my brain for some reason, but my Blackbird Design April stocking. This is stitched on 32 count undyed natural linen, and it's using all the called for threads. Now, normally the stockings, they take me like 2 days. 2 evenings of stitching. Yeah, that's roughly it. This one took me 4. I don't think it was necessarily anything particular about the chart or anything like that, but this kind of heavily dense stitching just took me forever. So this is from the April stocking booklet, called April Showers, I believe, and that's my finish for Oh Sweet Pea. I do think maybe the dye lots had changed slightly since these were released. I'm not too sure, because in the picture, and it could just be the picture, but this is Grecian gold, yeah, and this is pea pod. The green is pea pod, but when I was stitching them, the difference was huge. But when I looked at the picture on the chart, the difference did not seem so stark. But I just stuck with it. I'm really happy with it. I have some finishes to show you of stockings. And I've actually really enjoyed giving myself that you must do a stocking every month. And now the thought of having 12 completed by the end of the year, it is fabulous. So far, I now have I've got January's finished, February, March. Yeah, so I now have 3 fully finished stockings, which is great. And when I have another couple, I'll send them away to get finished as well. So yeah, that was my April stocking. And if you want to join, I'm doing this as a Sal with Shelley, which is KeyXStitch on Flosstube. We have a couple of hashtags. The first hashtag is BBD Stocking Sal, and the second hashtag is the next BBD Sal. I will put all this information in the box below. So it would be great if you wanted to join along and stitch a stocking or 2. As I've getting them finished, I've really enjoyed seeing them. So yeah, that's my April stocking. And I don't know what one I'm going to do yet for May. That's, yeah, up for debate. Okay, so what I also have today, which I don't normally have, is some fully finished items. I have the bag here. Now, you may have remembered a few videos ago I mentioned that Lynn, who is the Lancashire stitcher on Flosstube, she's also on Instagram as well. I'll link the business page so that you can have a look. Was starting a finishing business, and so far Lynn already finished the 2 stockings that I showed you in previous videos. But her business launched, I think, officially on the 1st of April. And I wanted to support her. I was very, very happy with the finishes she did on the stockings, so I wanted to support her a bit more, and I sent off a few pieces to get finished, which I would like to share with you today. The first thing I'll show you is I have a pillow finish here, and you may remember that I finished stitching this one last year at some point. probably around September time, maybe even October. This is a heart in hand. Harvest on Dahlia Ridge, I think, and it came with the buttons, so there's 2 little buttons here as well. And Lynn did an absolute wonderful finishing job on it, as you can see here. I stitched it, and you already know this because I've shown you it, but I stitched it with all the call for threads and fabric, which I think is Picture This Plus Ale. But she did a great pillow finish. Now, I have done pillow finishes myself. I've never done one with the kind of extra fabric. I've only ever done it with the pillow and then the backing completely. But she did a really good job, if you look here. And then I had sent her a few charms because I had been gifted some charms from someone, so I wanted to include them, and they're attached on the back. And that was the wonderful finish that I received in the post from Lynn. Okay, super cute. The next finish I received, and you may remember that this was just a finished object. I think in my last video was this one here. Now, the chart is Heartstring Samplery, I think. Yes, it is. It's Heartstring Samplery and it's Folk Bouquet. And I know a lot of people went looking for this one. There was a lot of emails back and forward, people messaging me about it. It's not out of print or anything, but I just don't think it's been as popular as some of the other charts. And Lynn did this fabulous finishing, yet again, with the extra, making the pillow a bit bigger. And then she put the rickrack and the button. That was all added. And there is the back, again with the little charm. And this, for me, fabulous. I'm really happy. These are such good quality finishes. I can't recommend Lynn's service enough. So if you're a bit like me and you struggle with time, and although you can finish, it takes you forever, then you should certainly consider using a finishing service. This was great. Posted them off and I had them back, and now I'm sharing them, and now I have them, and it's really good. So yeah, they're my 2 pillow finishes from Lynn. But I also had some stockings. And here we have the stockings. And you may remember that these are my stockings from last video, actually. It might have been the last video or 2 videos before. Yeah, now I'm not sure. Okay, so here is the first one. And this is Blackbird Design. I'll hold this on the board, it'll be easier. This is the Blackbird Design one, Poppy. The colours are a little bit washed out because of the harsh sunlight we have. This is unusual. I live in Scotland. It's unusual we have such sunlight. But yeah. And then Lynn attached the little hanger. And then there is the backing fabric. And we also have the little charm attached at the top on the hanger, which is great if you can see that. Now, what I will tell you, the way it works with the service is that it's very easy to follow. You just you let her know obviously what you have and what you're wanting done. For the pillows, I had to give dimensions, so it was a quick kind of measure. The stockings, she'd already done the stockings, so she knew which size they were. She then sent me 3 choices of fabric for each article. So for the pillows, 3 each for them, and the stockings, 3 each for them. And it can be difficult because obviously you're maybe not sure exactly of the representation of the colour. But I have a certain confidence in Lynn because she is she's finished all her own projects, that she's not going to choose something that's wildly not going to match. So yeah, that's the Poppy stocking. And then I also had another stocking, which was my March stocking, and this was Quaker, sorry, the Poppy one was from the August book. That's actually not part of my 12. I've done that as a gift for someone else, so I'm pleased it's finished. And this is my March stocking. Again, the colour's a bit blown out because of the sunlight. And this is Quicker Fragments, and it's really nice. I stitched that up using the Colour and Cotton threads that I was kindly gifted by Kay, Dragon Mother of Two, thank you. And we have the hanger, the charm, and that's the backing fabric. So yeah, my little stocking collection is coming along, and I'm really pleased. As I say, I'm not really one for this, doing something every month, but I can now see the great benefits of them. And what I'll do is maybe when I get to about 6 finished stockings, I'll show you the wooden tree that I have. I purchased that maybe close to the end of last year, maybe just before that, maybe before I moved over here. And I'll show you how I hope to display them in my house. So yeah, that was the 2 stockings, and this was the, I mean, I will link Lynn's business below so that you can see it, but yeah. So I can't praise Lynn enough for the service, very prompt, communicates clearly. Yeah, I'm really happy with the finishes that I have today. So yeah, thank you very much, Lynn. I'm just moving these so I can read my notes. Okay, so the next thing I would like to talk about is some haul that I have. I don't have a lot of haul this week. So we have some stash enhancements. And the haul that I have to share is mostly just some charts. Yeah, just some charts really. Okay, so the first thing that I picked up, which I had mentioned, I think, on Instagram that I was really interested in it, was this Barbara Anna. And this is Barbara Anna Dreaming of Klimt. I actually have all the threads. Now, I don't know if anyone's already stitching on this or maybe purchased it, but it's not all stitched in DMC. There's so many DMC. There's one anchor and there's a DMC satin thread as well. I'm not sure which fabric I'm going to use. I don't really want to use the called for, I don't think. I feel I want to use a colour because so much of the fabric is actually showing, but at the moment I'm not too sure. The threads I have here, I can show you them. They were just delivered today. But this is the satin thread. And I'm assuming it's for all the gold work. And the anchor, there is the anchor here. Now, I bought these threads, yeah, and that's the one anchor. And all the rest, you'll not see them in the bag because they don't come in a cellophane bag. They come in a organza bag. But yeah, that's all the threads. So I think it's like 18 threads. They're all quite tonal, I think, except for the kind of sparks of blue. But yeah. So that was my one of my first purchases in the last couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to that. But I do like Barbara Anna. One of my favourite finishes ever was the All Hallows Eve that I did last year at some point. So I actually have another Barbara Anna that I bought in the last 2 weeks, and it's this one here. So much glare. And this is called Funky Bird. I want to be able to show you that bird. Is that bird not exquisite? That bird is how I feel most of the time, kind of all over the place. So yeah, that's Funky Bird from Barbara Anna. I love that. Haven't kitted it up, haven't really looked at what I need for it. But yeah, that's one I hope to start at some point this year. The Dreaming of Klimt will most likely be started sooner rather than later. I also received one of the final couple of pieces of my market haul, and this is Silver Creek Samplers Wicked Stitcher Society. Make it a little bit closer so you can see it. And another one that I purchased is this one here, and I've actually managed to kit that one up as well. And this is a Teresa Colgate. Come to the garden. Let me see if I can get that a bit closer for you so that you can see it. It's a really fabulous design. And I think I have all the threads. I'll just see if I have them all. Most of it's DMC. She does have some overdyes. The overdyes, Manor Red, Licorice Red, a couple of neutrals. But yeah. I could have been better organised for this. I apologise. I appreciate your patience while you bear with me. So I didn't actually have many in my stash for this one. But yeah, here we go. It'll give you an idea of the colour palette, even with this kind of wonky light that we have at the moment. So yeah, first of all, those are the DMCs. And these are the, I'm just separating the weeks from the classic Colourworks. So those are the, I think, mostly classic Colourworks, and these are the weeks. So that's the palette. That actually, although it's kind of blown out, it's quite accurate. Maybe just, and then we've got these ones here. Because there is a flash of blue in this. You wouldn't think so when you kind of look, but there is really, if you look closely enough. You can see it. We have some blue here. So yeah, that was one other one that I purchased in the last 2 weeks. And well, actually, I think I had ordered for the Expo releases. I also purchased this one here, and I'm sure most people have seen this one. And this is by October House Fibre Arts, called Flosstube Friends. I do believe there will be a Sal later on, maybe later on this year or early next year, where a few people have talked about doing a Sal for this one. So yeah, I picked up that one as well. I don't have any of the threads or anything. And the final kind of piece of haul that I had in the last 2 weeks was that I purchased this book, the Emma Congdon book, Cross Stitch for the Earth. I have another book as well, which is Cross Stitch for the Soul. Actually, I think both of them have charts that I really, really like, and some that I like. But in this book, there is one chart in particular that I fear I may be starting sooner rather than later. And it's this one here. I hope you can all see that okay. And it says, never underestimate the difference you make. And I think out of all the charts, and somebody, Michelle from Momma Loves You GB, has already done a kind of quick summary of the book, so it's certainly worth having a look at her video. But for me, I like that one, and I think because I don't think we all really recognise the impact we have on other people in a positive way, I would hope. What encouragement that we can provide for other people, and just to be supportive of other people. And if you even look at the Flosstube community as a whole, I must admit that since I started making videos, obviously lots has changed for me personally, but the amount of kind of warmth and outpouring of just concern, or to make sure that you're okay, it's been it's sometimes overwhelming, but I think it's important that we do reach out and help other people. And people may underestimate, but they don't realise, like a comment maybe placed on a Flosstube, or a direct message to be sent, that it can really pick someone up for the day. So I really feel the sentiment of this chart, for me anyway, is really important. So yeah, that's probably, out of all the charts, the one that I'm most likely to start next. Okay, so that was all. I didn't have a lot of haul, which can be quite unusual for me, but I didn't have a lot of haul. But I did have some Stitchy kindness. Yeah, kind of happy mail. So the first thing I would like to tell you is that I was contacted. I've actually been contacted by a number of different companies asking me to review maybe products or their service. And I don't monetize my channel. I don't really have any interest in that. I do this, first of all, I do it to enjoy my stitching, to catalogue my stitching journey, and it's also been a great way to connect with other stitchers. When I first started making the videos, I was living in the Netherlands, and although I worked for a Dutch company, none of them were stitchers. I didn't have a lot of friends, even though I had lived there for 10.5 years. I didn't have a lot of friends. Most of my friends were in the expat community, so I didn't really connect with people. So actually making videos has been great to connect with other stitchers. So that for me has been fabulous. I do have the buy me a coffee link, but I don't promote any of that. So I decided, I was kind of in a bit of a mix about whether I wanted to do any kind of collaboration with anyone over products. But this was a company that I'd already worked with, I'd already bought from, so I was familiar with the quality that they provided. So I was contacted, this time was by mybobbin.com. You may know that they're a Russian-based company, and for me, they open up the door to a whole different world of cross-stitch. You will not find your Kathy Barracks, you will not find your Heaven and Earth there, but what you will find is your Riolis, you will find your Pana kits, you will find a lot of unknown designers that you've never come across, and what you will also find is that they're very, very reasonably priced. Now, in a previous life, when I had ordered from them, it was a particular Riolis kit I was looking for. I purchased it from them. It came no problem. Even with the shipping, it was still far cheaper than me trying to source it while I was in the Netherlands. I digress. They asked me if I wanted to collaborate a little bit, choose some products, and then just mention them on my video about how it went, how did I find it, etc, etc. And I had no problem with that. I must admit, you're not sure when you're going to a website that's not maybe based in a country that you're familiar with, but everything was in English. It was super easy to navigate the website. If you don't know any of the designers, you can just lose yourself there for hours, just clicking and looking. They have a wide range of charts, PDF downloads, completed kits as well, so full kits, and that's basically what I chose from designers for charts that I already wanted. So I already had it in the back of my mind. I would quite like to stitch this one. Maybe I'm going to try and source it. So this was very opportunistic for me anyway at this time. So it comes beautifully wrapped, and I would say from start to finish, the checkout process, everything was very straightforward. It clearly marks if something is in stock or if it's out of stock. So you know if you're getting it or not. And then it tells you all the prices were in US dollars. So if you're paying with PayPal, for example, it will do the conversion for you. So I chose a couple of kits. Two of them I already, sorry for the noise, two of them I already had on my list that I wanted to purchase. So that was a nice treat for me. And one of them I will probably start in the next, probably in the next couple of weeks. The first one I want to show you is a Pana kit. Now I've had a few Pana kits before in the past, and it was this one here. You may have seen it stitched. I've seen it on Instagram quite a lot. It comes with the Ada and the, you know what, I'll just open it if I can. It might be sealed totally to show you what you get in it. So it comes with both the Ada and the threads and the metallic threads. So you get it all. And the needle, you'll see the needle there is included as well. You've got the chart. I can't really show you the chart, but this is it here. This was one that was on my wish list. And this will probably be the one that I start first. Kind of love the whole aesthetic for it. The other chart was also on my wish list, and it's this one here, which is another Pana chart, kit, sorry, and it's a lighthouse. And what I liked about this one is that it kind of looks like a watercolour. You'll have seen that it's very clever. They've got some half cross stitches, but it looks like a watercolour, which I think is really good. And again, it's got everything included in it. And the third kit, again, I didn't realise the third one was a Pana kit, but it's got some cats on it. And anyone who knows me knows I love my cats. And I need to apologise that Alba never kind of shows her face anymore. She's certainly settled in here. And if you're new here, Alba is my cat, my white cat. But yeah, I mean, she's settled, but she just doesn't want to hang out with me when I'm recording. I will try yet again to have her join us. But yeah, so this was my third one. And again, it includes all the fabric and threads there. And I want to tell you the prices of these because I don't think we realise just how affordable they are. Okay, so let's look. The cat one, let me see, Curious Cats. This was like $12. The Lighthouse one, this one here, the Lighthouse one was about $12. And the one that I'm going to start pretty soon, the little Ladybird one. The Ladybird one is, let me see, is $10. Really, really affordable. Even with postage, very affordable. I didn't stop there because, well, I didn't stop there. I also ordered a couple of floss organisers. I have a real love for owls, so I ordered this one here. And I ordered this one to match the Lighthouse kit, which is this one here. And these are wood. So these are our wooden floss organisers. And what I quite liked about them was that they had quite a lot of kind of ability to put floss. A lot of the floss organisers have like 5 holes in them. And I don't think there's any projects that I have with less than 10 flosses, except my Pineberry Lane one that I've just started, which has 3. So ordered 2 floss organisers, and I'll tell you the cost of them. The owl one was $2, and the Lighthouse one, it was $5. So really good prices. The website's really easy to navigate. And if you like something a little bit different, if you're looking for something a bit different, then it's well worth having a check at what they've got. So yeah. I also received a gift at Easter, and this is it here. It was a surprised gift. It wasn't from a stitcher, it was from one of my friends. But I have been kind of collecting things for my house. And I had happened to mention to my friend that I had bought Emma Bridgewater kettle and toaster for my house. And she very kindly then sent me this for my Easter. So this is an Emma Bridgewater mug. And you can see it has all crafty bits on it from the needle and thread, the bobbins, the scissors. And it has my name on the front. Well, not my name's Amanda, but Alba Stitcher on the front. It's quite a big mug. So yeah, that was like super, well, first of all, it's beautiful, very thoughtful, and it's really nice. So yeah, thank you very much. yeah, so I think that's all that I've got in terms of what I've been working on, what's been finished, what I've purchased. I want to say a little bit about plans. I did notice that Deanna from Darling Whimsey Design and Nik from Stitches with Sphinxes were starting a new Sal. Now, I have plenty of projects. I have plenty of projects in the pipeline. I have plenty of projects lined up to start, but they were starting a Sal, and I had everything. I had it all kitted up. I was ready to go. So I'm going to be joining their Sal. And their Sal is for this chart here. And we all know this chart thanks to Michelle from Momma Loves You GB, which is the Mary Catherine Harris. So I had purchased the chart, don't know, when Michelle first talked about it on her Flosstube, I purchased it. And I then thought about kitting it up. So I got the threads, they called for threads, but I wasn't sure what kind of fabric I wanted to do it on. So you'll see the threads, DMC threads, just basically a kind of charcoal grey and a white. Yeah, so it's 3799 and 3866. But I was thinking I wanted to do something a little bit different, not really sure what I wanted. And then I came across, I had some Weeks Dye Works, and this is Weeks Dye Works red pear, and that's what I'm going to do the chart in. So, my goodness, I need 3 hands. Okay, so you don't really need to see me, but here, that's what I'm going to do. And I believe they're starting it today, which is the 17th of April. So I will try my best to get a few stitches in this evening. So I have joined the Sal. But yeah, I love the chart, and it just came at the right time that I had everything kitted up and I'm ready to go. So the hashtag for this one is hashtag Zebra Sample Sal. I'll link that below as well so that you know. So Zebra Sampler Sal, that's what it is. And also, the next time I see you will be the 1st of May, and by that point I'll be starting my Maynia. I discussed Maynia, I think, 2 videos ago. I'll tell you, I have my notes. I'm organised for at least half a second. Let me see. It wasn't last video. It must have been the video before. Was it? I don't think it was the video before that. I don't think so. Maybe it was March. Maybe it was March. Yes, it was. The video, Flosstube number 10. So if you don't know what I talked about in Flosstube number 10, my plan for Maynia. I've never done Maynia before. I have enough whips. I don't really need to add too many, but I have an unbelievable amount of stash of Blackbird Design charts. And if I don't start them soon, I'm accumulating them quicker than I'm stitching them. And once I start something, that's always a good sign, because once I've started it, then there's a chance I'll go back to it, whether it's in 2 months or whether it's in 6 months, but at least I'll go back to it. So I decided that I would like to stitch the 4 Christmas samplers that Blackbird Designs released. The first one is Merry Christmas, and I'll be starting that one on the 1st of May. Then the following week, on the 8th of May, I will be doing the Feliz Navidad sampler. Then on the following week after that, which is, I think, the 15th of May, I'll be doing the Good Cheer. And then finally on the 22nd of May, I'll be doing Christmas Rolls. My plan will be to start them all at the weekend, which is quite nice because the 1st of May also coincides with the Blackbird weekend stitching from Brenda and Laura, from Brenda and the Serial Starter. So that's quite good. But the plan will be that I'll stitch on them for most of the week, I think, get some progress in there. And then I've got the final week to actually do my stocking for May, and then anything else that I want to work on. So although there are 5 weekends or 5 weeks in May, I'm only doing 4 starts, 1 a week. And hopefully by the time, you know, by the time the end of the year comes, I'll have made some progress on them, and I'll have finished 1 or 2 of them, who knows. But yeah, that's my plan. My hashtag for my Maynia is hashtag BBD Christmas Maynia. That'll be the hashtag that I'll be using. There's quite a few people have shouted out to say that they'll also be joining in. Maybe not with all 4, perfectly fine, but if you're joining with 1, it would be great to see everyone's progress. So yeah, apart from that, I think that's all, really. I think that's all I've got to share. My plans really for the rest of April will be to work on what I have already started. I don't have any new starts planned because I have Maynia just round the corner. But I will start the zebra sampler Sal today, and then I'll work on my other projects. So yeah, that's quite a long video for me. I don't normally speak so much, but I knew I had quite a lot to share with you, so I wanted to make sure I could get a video out before it was too much, and then it was like an hour's long, which is a long video, and I understand that not everyone has the time to watch an hour's long video. So if you've stuck with me for 45 minutes, then thank you, I appreciate it. So I think with this I'm going to say bye-bye. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you have glorious weather like we have here in Scotland, which is highly unusual. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope if you're coming out of lockdown, you're being sensible. I hope you're all being vaccinated, and I hope you all enjoy going to the hairdressing salon as much as I did. And I'll speak to you all soon. So take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.